All right, everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Jim Bob's Garden. All right, so today I want to show you something really cool. So this area here at one point was my burn spot, where I used to pile up stuff and burn it, which I try not to do anymore. And so what I did, I tried to plant everything from cucumbers, and I even tried pumpkins and a couple other things here. I could not get anything to grow down the center of this bed. And I've used, a ton of wood chips. You can see there's wood chips all in here. This is all, about 4 or 5 inches. It was 6 inches of wood chips. But what I did is last year I took all my weeds out of the garden. I piled them all right here. And that pile was at least this tall. And now, since last summer, well actually since the fall and the winter, this is what it's come out to be. Look at how nice that dirt is, man. Now there is some weeds in here, and I guarantee you there's a ton of weed seed. So, but look how nice and fertile that dirt looks. Man, just loamy and nice and loose. It's beautiful. Now I didn't put any dirt in here, didn't put any compost. This is basically what you call composting in place. But yeah, this is all my weeds. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of dig it up, make sure any of the larger chunks of weeds, and I have pulled some of the weeds off. It did have a few weeds growing in it. It's still early yet, so I'm sure I'll get a ton of weeds in here as the season progresses. And then whatever I don't leave here will go back in the compost pile. Yeah, look at all that. Man, that is so nice. I'm thinking this ought to really grow some nice stuff. I don't know about you. That's what I believe. So let me get it stirred around a little bit. Get the bigger chunks. These here, that is torpedo grass. Now one of the things about torpedo grass is it will live off of that root until that root just completely withers up to nothing. So when you go to pull it, you pull the grass off the top, you still got root there. Now if you keep pulling and it has to keep feeding off of that, it doesn't get a chance to really get a lot of green growing, then eventually it will use up what's stored in this root, and that root will die. The only other way to get rid of it is to pull it out and put it in a hot compost pile, and they seem to break down pretty well. A little bit of trash. So I'm really interested to see whether or not this turns out to be a good garden bed, because I think it's gonna. Oh, so there's another one. But I literally did. I just piled it up, left it alone, never messed with it again. Alright, so we're going to rake it in a little bit. Just kind of smooth things out, leave it somewhat mounded up in the middle. Yep. Stake. And then what I'm going to do is I got a few different types of cucumbers here. So I'm going to plant cucumbers. So now my daughter bought me these. They are called lemon cucumbers. Never seen them before, never heard of them before. But we're going to give them a shot. Never use your teeth to cut things. Bad idea. Oops. Pocket junk in there. Now when you're planting cucumbers, what I like to do is I like to plant about 3 or 4 seeds per hole. Go down about 1 inch. This is really fine dirt, so maybe a little deeper. We'll plant them up. Hang on. Oh. And then mark your holes so you know what you got, so you don't pull it out thinking it's weeds. I'll come back and mark them later. I put them right here, right? That's my lemon cukes. There. Alright, and then what we're going to do is I also have two different other kind of cucumbers here. Now, when it comes to cucumbers, how far apart do you plant them? Well, that all depends. So what I'm going to do is I have some old wire shelving like you get in your I don't want to say in your closets when you get a builder house. Still had it here when we bought this house, so I took some of it out, and so my plan is to make a teepee here with that shelving. So basically I'm going to run along this way, and you're going to want at least a couple of feet apart, even in, like in an area like this where there's a lot of room for spread. Cucumbers make a big plant and they go all over the place. So we're going to go ahead and we'll plant a couple. Now these are the pickling cucumbers. So we'll put a spot right about here. And I'll put 3, I'll put 4 seeds in there. There. And then we'll put them about there. There. Let's hold off on those for now. I'm going to be planting these other places too. And these are the Munchie Cucumbers, which are supposed to be a really good munching variety. Now, will they crossbreed? It's possible. It'll be interesting to see what we end up with. Alright, so we'll start a row here. But what I really wanted to show you was how nice this dirt came out from just weeds. I mean, literally just stacks and stacks of weeds I pulled out of the garden. I'm very, very pleased with the way that came out. There and there. And then we'll put another row down here. Oh, I don't want that many. 4 of those. And voila, I have planted cucumbers. Alright, so again, kind of neat. This is my spot where I basically just threw all my dead weeds. Hopefully this is nice fertile soil now. And hopefully we'll get some really nice cucumbers out the deal. Alright, so thanks once again for stopping by. Like, subscribe, and grow something.